All right. Well, I wanted to thank you, everybody, for joining us. Sunday's a relaxing day, but it's also a busy day. Everybody's going back to school soon. So we appreciate your time. I already forgot what I was going to say. So, what we're going to do, we'll do a short yoga. Sarah is joined by her son Lorenzo, who did yoga with us last time. So thanks, Lorenzo, for joining us, and thank you, Sarah, for taking your Sunday out. If you guys want to take your screens out of gallery view and put them in speaker view, you'll see Sarah on your whole screen. And for those of us that are just starting, let your kids do whatever they want. Sometimes they'll run away, sometimes they just lay down, whatever. So I met Sarah at the hospital where I work. You guys can hear me okay? Okay. And we've become good friends. She's done yoga for us now. This is the third time. And she is a great person, a great personality, a loving person, a wonderful mother of 4. So that's only one of 4 there. And I believe today was Boy Scout troops fishing, and then they came home and now they're doing yoga. So thank you. So Sarah will do yoga, and if anybody has any questions or comments, throw them in the chat, and then when we're done, we'll talk about some healthy tips and stuff. And Sharon, I think you're still there. I wanted to show you, Andrea is my other sister who you haven't met, and my niece, Veronica. So now you've met all 3 of us.
Awesome.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself, Sarah, whenever you're ready then.
Excellent. Okay, thank you, Melissa. Can you guys all hear me? Thumbs up, nods, yes, perfect. Okay, great. I never know, it's tricky with like the volume of computers and yoga. You're trying to talk quietly for yoga and loud enough to be heard. So definitely someone chime in and let me know if you can't hear me. So Lorenzo and I were trying to come up with a kind of theme for tonight's class, and we were inspired by the realization that when I'm in here doing yoga by myself, I frequently have a little visitor, and he kind of comes and sort of mirrors what I do. And we kind of enjoyed it. And there's a different look and a different shape to the poses, and it's a whole different experience when you're near someone. So we came up with a sequence that's kind of fun to do deliberately together in really close proximity. So while yoga is all about going inward, for tonight's practice, we're going to be inward, but not all the way. So we're going to have just a little bubble. Right? So you can get near your people. If you're with kiddos, if you're with cats, Melissa, good luck. Whoever you're with, maybe try to incorporate them. Try to sit face to face. If some of you have multiples, it's totally fine to sit in a little circle. Maybe all knees are touching. And like Melissa said, it's really important that if the kids or cats just walk away, that's fine too. You keep doing the yoga because we're all moving. So it's perfectly fine. If it's a solo practice, you're still going to be doing yoga poses. You just won't have the mirror experience. So with all that being said, let's face one another and go ahead, sit up really tall as you can. And then this part can be tricky. We're just going to close our eyes. And this is very different. If you're in a yoga class and you close your eyes, it's very private and you can go inward and no one's looking at you. If you're facing someone, there's a temptation to kind of always peek and see if they're peeking at you, right? Yeah, and sometimes the littles especially do, and that's okay. So just take a moment to see if you're able to keep your eyes closed, and maybe you're not. That's okay. Let's take the hands up to prayer pose. So that's just palm against palm, fingertips to the ceiling. And then sitting up tall, see if you can be quiet enough with your partner to be aware of their breathing. So maybe you can hear, you don't have to force really loud breaths, but see if you're able to hear the sound of them breathing. And if you are, what will probably happen is you will start to breathe right along with them. Your breath will start to sync up, maybe. So you don't have to force that, but you can just notice if it's happening or not. And really be aware of feeling them near you. So you don't have to be touching them, but you're just kind of picking up on their energy, feeling another person right near you. And then we can slowly put our hands on our own thighs, gently open our eyes, and then smile. Do a big smile. That's an important part of the practice. All right, let's reach our arms up overhead. So nice and tall, big stretch, reach for the ceiling, high as you can, great. And then bring the palms together into upward prayer. So palms together overhead. Then Lorenzo remembers this. He's one step ahead of me. We're gonna interweave our fingers and press them up to the ceiling. So nice, big stretch. See how long you can get your back. Look at your partner and lower your arms. All right. So we're going to play a little game here, and it's a mirroring game where we're going to take turns leading one another. So the first time we do it, we'll have contact. So what I mean by that is our hands are really touching. We're palm to palm, so you can feel your partner. And we'll have the littles lead. So whoever the littlest person in your group is, they can be the leader. If you're by yourself, it's a good time to just keep stretching arms up or maybe a side stretch to both sides. If you're working with a partner, Lorenzo just threw a curve at me. He put his feet forward, so I'm going to mirror him. So you're going to just take a moment, work at your own pace, and without talking with your partner, see if you can just follow their movements. And then you're going to switch leaders. So now the bigs are the leaders, okay? So those of us who are older will lead, and the little ones have to guide. Or I'm sorry, have to follow your guide. All right, we're going to change it up a little bit. It gets a little bit trickier here. So we're going to do the no contact version. So we're no longer totally touching, and Lorenzo's gone back to leader here. The slower you go, the easier it is. The faster you move, the harder it is. But without touching your partner, can you mirror them? So you're trying to notice all parts of their pose, maybe even their facial expression, their toes, their fingers, their eyes. What can you copy without touching? And then we'll change it one last time, and the bigs will be the leaders. So it's still no contact mirror game, but now us older crew will lead the way. And you want to be so in tune with one another that if someone were watching, maybe they wouldn't know who was leading and who was following. You're just really working as a unit. So you're really getting a sense, even though you're not physically touching your partner, you are very aware of where they are in space. And hopefully maybe this will help us in a little bit when we do some balancing poses. Maybe sort of, right? All right, so you can give a high five and then come up to standing. Game over, everyone won. All right, let's come to standing. We're gonna move into tree pose. We're gonna do this a couple different ways. Lorenzo and I was trying to think of a million different ways to do it with a partner. And the first one we're gonna do is knee to knee. So have your inside leg. If you're standing next to each other, we're gonna lift the inside leg up and see if the contact point of your partner is enough support to support you, right? Again, if you're by yourself, it's just a great time to work on tree pose by yourself. Sometimes it's not always harder to work by yourself. All right, now we're gonna do hip to hip. So 2 feet down, scoot your hips next to each other, and it's gonna be your outside leg that you'll lift up. I see some tiny little babies doing some really good tree poses. Do you see that? Yeah, very good. Excellent. Awesome. And the big groups are good too. All right, let's do back to back. So back to back, or if you're in a circle, that's fine. Decide which leg you're going to lift. It might be easier to lift the same leg as your partner. You're gonna lift the same leg and really feel your partner behind you. Hopefully you're getting some help and stability. If not, maybe you're at least giving some help and stability. And then this was our favorite version. We named this one Tree Hugger. So you're gonna face your partner and go into tree. And we started by holding hands, and then we decided we just liked hugging more. So you can go into hugging your partner in tree. And ironically, it's kind of the easiest one, right? So it was just our favorite. Excellent. There's some good balancers out there. Nice job. All right, all feet down. Now let's face the computer or TV or phone, whatever you're using. See if you can stand next to your crew, maybe all in one row, if that is possible, or a circle. Circles are good too if there's a group. And you're gonna step the legs wide. Take the arms wide. Wait, don't lean yet. Don't give it away. Let's have all our toes face one another. If you're in a circle, you're gonna have to just all go right or all go left. But if there's two of you, all the toes point in. Right, this is triangle pose, and we discovered that by holding hands, we make a third triangle even before we go into pose. Right, we have leg, leg, and arms. So reach for your partner's shoulder. Reach in. Your hips can tip. Yes, right? Look, do you see? They're getting it. Yeah, I see a whole lot of triangles. Reach in and keep that length. When you do it with a partner, you get this whole length on the bottom side. There's no collapse, and that's actually really nice. That's kind of how the pose is supposed to be. So reach in, come on up, and everyone have your toes face away from one another. Yeah, let's hold hands again. So if you're working with a partner, you won't go down as far, but reach away from each other and you'll just still get a really nice side stretch. All right, body is up, awesome. Let's have our legs, our toes face in again. Legs wide, arms out. Big step. Big step to the side, legs open. You're my mirror, right? Yes. And then bend your inside knee. So we're coming into warrior two. Hold the shoulders. Right, so two arms out, nice and strong, like a warrior, right? Like a whole phalanx, a whole army of, trying not to rip their shirts. Arms out, use each other for support. Good. Keep breathing. And then we'll straighten that inside knee. Have the toes go out. Two legs down. Toes face out. Hold the arms, and it's really good this way. Bend your outside knee. And the fact that you have that partner, if you're holding on to them, it really helps to keep that straight leg side that we forget about in Warrior Two. It keeps it active and keeps it alive. So this is a really good way to practice Warrior Two with something to hold on to. Keep breathing and up. All right, step your legs together and let's come down onto our shins. So we're coming onto our knees with our toes straight out behind us. You can use a tissue if you need. We're taking a break. Something has bloomed with all the rain, and my children have all become glued to tissues in the past couple days. All right, legs down, come in. We're gonna go into camel pose, which is the back bend, but we call this one camel hugger. We decided we liked it. Just like tree hugger, we're gonna do camel hugger. So you hug your partner. If you're not working with a partner, your hands can be on your hips, and we're all gonna just do a back bend. So you're gonna lift your chest, press the legs down, lift the chest high, bend backward into your partner's hands, right where their hands are on your back. It's a reminder of where you can bend, right? Excellent, good. Oh, nice, all right. And then you topple at the end sometimes, that's okay. All right, cross your feet, sit on your hiney, and have your legs come forward. So in Sanskrit, which is the language of yoga, this is called Upavishta Konasana. It's just wide-legged pose here. So you're sitting with your feet touching your partner's feet, or with your feet in just a big V. And if you're working with a partner, hold their hands and sit up tall. So already probably for most of us bigs, we're feeling a stretch doing this. The littles, not always. And we're gonna take a gentle rock from here. So take turns, take your time, work with your partner, and decide on a good pace and a good depth of a stretch that's really nice for the two of you. So you'll probably feel it in your hips, right? In your legs, maybe your hamstrings, in your back, maybe in your abs as you come up. So take your time navigating through this one. And then when you're ready, we'll move into a restorative pose. That's a restful pose. So come on up. Probably the best way to get into it is if you scoop right next to your partner. So you're facing them hip to hip, and then you both lie back. It's legs up the wall pose, but we decided we'd do legs up the legs. So if you lie back, and then we have the bigs in the group do a little scoop so they line up their legs with their littles, that might be the easiest way to get into it. Again, if you have no partner, you can have your legs up a real wall, or you can just have your legs in air, suspended. This one's all about giving your feet and your ankles a nice rest, a nice break. So let's see, can everyone wiggle their toes? And can we all circle our ankles? Yes, my screen looks so awesome. I see all these ankles circling. It looks like synchronized swimmers. And change the direction of your circle. Very good. So if your legs are aligned with your little one's legs, you can take your time, just like in the mirror game, you can do a couple gentle movements and your legs will move together, kind of work as a team. So this is restorative, nice and restful. So maybe it's nice and slow, nice and gentle. Maybe, I'm not sure where Lorenzo has me going right now, but I'm gonna follow him anyway, because that's the name of the game. We're just kind of trusting our partners here. All right, and it actually feels kind of nice. Okay. All right. One more deep breath here with your legs up your partner's legs. And then let's gently bend our knees, lower the feet down, roll to your side, and take your time sitting up. So it'll be the opposite of how we started here. We're gonna sit in cross legs again, but let's have our backs to our partner's backs. Instead of facing them, we'll be spine to spine, sitting nice and tall. And we'll do a simple seated twist. So let's inhale and bring our arms up. Exhale, and if everybody twists right, this should work. So we're all twisting right. So your right hand will be on your partner's left knee, and your left hand will be on your right knee. Nice twist, sitting up tall. And then inhaling back to center, bringing your arms up overhead. Exhale to the left, or second side, if you already did the left. Twisting, looking over that left shoulder. Just feeling that if you relax back slightly into your partner, you get a really nice stretch. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up overhead as you untwist. Rest your hands on your thighs. And let's add, so I was going to move into Shavasana, and when I did this earlier with Lorenzo, he added a nice one here, a really nice stretch. So if one of you lays back and the other one leans forward, okay, he's going back. You can, one of you gets a really nice chest opener and the other one gets a good stretch in their hips. So take your time. Again, you can do it by yourself. It just feels really nice if you have a pillow or something behind you. Both parts of the stretch are nice. It's nice to fold forward and have some weight on your back. And then it feels great to do a back bend with some support under you. You just don't want to smush your little. So work it out. Make sure the weight is right. Let's do one more to each side. Take your time. Forward folds, back bends. You want to come down to my back? Yep, grab a tissue if you need a tissue. That goes for anyone. It's like a water break. And then when you're ready, you can come back up to center. So you're just sitting back to back. And if you both lie back just a little, maybe, depending on the size that you're working with here, it can be very relaxing to share some of the weight. So lean into one another to any amount that is safe and wise for you to do. And you can let your eyes close again. This time maybe it's a little easier because you're not face to face. Let's bring our hands up to prayer pose again. So that's just palm to palm, fingers pointing to the ceiling. So we're not looking at each other, but our backs are touching, and maybe you can really tune in and feel your partner's breath. So maybe you can hear it. Maybe you can feel it. Again, notice if your breathing is syncing up with your partner's breathing. And just feel that little peaceful environment that you made, right? In yoga, it's usually you and you're at peace and you're quiet. And now when we do the partner, we've just expanded our bubble a little. So there's this little loved one in our bubble of peace and quiet as well. So Lorenzo and I are so happy to practice with you all this evening, and we'll just end the session how we always end, by acknowledging one another and thanking everyone for their practice by saying namaste.
That was awesome. Thank you, Sarah and Lorenzo.
Welcome. Right, you want to wave?
Lorenzo, you're the best. Hey, can I ask you a question before you run out of the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so after we did our last session, Sarah and her kiddos signed up for some fruit and veggie gummies. So I heard that everybody's taking them. What do you think about them?
I like them.
I don't know if you could hear him. He said, I like them. His nose is pretty stuffy. But you want to go
Oh, awesome.
a thumbs up? A thumbs up.
Thumbs up. All right, thank you. You're the best.
Do you want to go downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, you can run.
So thank you, everybody. I hope you got a little relaxation in. I don't Andrea, my sister, had to jump off with her natural yogi who is being potty trained. And I don't know which one of Michelle's kiddos was up in the camera, but I was cracking up, which is why I leave mine on gallery view because I want to see everybody. So that was adorable.
Some good stuff.
So I think we're going to do a short, a couple of slides, a short video if everybody wants to hang on. Jules, we didn't talk about this. I have a 1-minute video if you don't care if I show that first. I forgot about that. All right, so let me share my screen here. No, not that, let's see. Can I share it from Google? Oh yeah. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, there we go. Should have practiced this part. All right, so this little kid cracked me up this afternoon. Check this out.
Hey guys, it's me, Sierra, and I'm 9 years old, and we're talking about what I didn't like, and now I like. So this is what we made like 20 minutes ago, and I'm gonna eat this. When I was like 6, 7, or something close to that, I used to hate vegetables. Since I've been eating lots of fruits and vegetables, I can like do a trick. I think you will like it. Love it. My mouth is full of vegetables. It's really, really good. Lots of water in my mouth from the vegetables.
Okay, show us what you can do. Good job.
I'm the king of the world.
All right, so I just thought that was really cute. And then we'll get whoop. All right. All right, so I appreciate, like I said, everybody coming on and joining Family Yoga. If anybody has a question, just unmute yourself or throw it in the chat. And what we wanted to talk about tonight was just one simple change in how you can inspire healthy living around the world. So what can we do to be healthier? Well, we already managed our stress and we exercised at the same time, which is great. I've told Sarah before, doing Shavasana at the end of our hour classes, I fell asleep one time at home. I was so relaxed and I needed it so bad. So it's a great thing to do before bed so we can get that 7 to 8 hours of sleep, drink our water, safer products, and eating real food. So a good way to start with our kids on real food, this is just a picture of a muffin tray. Put a muffin tray on your counter and fill it with goodness. And the kids are coming by. Some people call them a graze tray. They can just come by and grab something quick to eat. I would probably put chocolate chips in mine. You could probably put cacao nibs, nuts, maybe cheese. So it's a great way to get the kids eating healthy all day long. Another way to keep kids active and healthy, activities don't have to be structured. So that's kind of what we did tonight. Hey, this is what we're going to try. And everybody kind of did something different. It was great to watch. Join a team. A little hard to do now, but maybe it's your neighborhood or your friends or your cousins that you see all the time. Make nutrition a priority. Serve their favorite fruits and veggies. Like Sierra told us, she hated fruits and veggies and she just ate that salad right down. Avoid fast food or in moderation and set a bedtime schedule. So why are we talking about this? Well, as a country, we're kind of unhealthy. 1 in 4 people will die of heart disease. 1 in 2 women and 1 in 3 men will develop cancer. We have a high rate of diabetes and 1 in 5 children is obese. Our children are harmed more by a poor diet than exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco, which is really crazy. So how can we be healthy? Well, we need 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. Does anybody want to volunteer how many servings they had today? My sister and I were talking about this before, and I think each of us had only had 3, and that was including dinner. And why do we need so many? Well, our produce is picked early. It travels across the country maybe. We frankly just don't eat enough, and we don't always get this rainbow effect of veggies. I know, for example, there's bananas there. When I bring bananas home, they're gone. But then that's all anybody ate. So how can we get that rainbow? So we're going to talk a little bit about something called Juice Plus, and what Juice Plus can do for us is bridge the gap between what we're maybe eating and what we should be eating. So on the right, you see the rainbow of colors of all the things that you can eat and all the things that are in those capsules, all the things that Lorenzo's getting, and he's loving these capsules. On the right, I'm sure we don't all eat like that all the time, but that is the good stuff that I'm sure if it were up to me, I would eat French fries probably every day. And wine. So what is Juice Plus? So Juice Plus adds nutrition from over 30 fruits, veggies, and berries to your diet. The fruit is farmed on not special farms, but farms that work with Juice Plus. They go out, they pick the food at the peak of its harvest. It is pulverized, it's frozen, and then they can break it down into a powder whenever they're ready to use it. And then that's put either into a capsule or those chewables we talked about. What's in the capsules? Well, what you see is what you get. This is literally what's on the back of your label. And this kind of blew my mind, realizing it's a food. If you turn the bottles around, you guys can still see me, right? I forget how this works if I'm screen sharing. So like the back of the bottle, it's a nutrition label. And then literally all that's listed is what you see there under the fruit blend. We don't eat this stuff all the time, and we frankly couldn't eat it every day. I don't eat garlic every day. I don't want it with my breakfast. I don't eat lemon peels. Pomegranates, they're complicated, but you're getting all of this in an easy way for you to get this nutrition. One of the best things, and something people ask me all the time, Juice Plus is affordable. So if you break it down to your daily cost, it's cheaper than a fancy coffee. and it's cheaper than if you went into, I should say, more affordable. Sometimes you just have to make your health a priority, and that's what you're choosing to do. And that's what I did when I started. That's why I started several years ago. And another good analogy that someone gave me once was, could you go into a grocery store and could you buy yourself all this goodness for $6 a day? And the answer is no, you really couldn't. And what's so special and unique about Juice Plus is, like I said, it's a food label. It's the largest selling nutritional product of its kind. I've heard that if you Google, hey Siri, oh, Siri's not Google, sorry. Oh, there she goes. What's the largest selling nutritional product or search product? She will tell you it's Juice Plus. It's NSF certified, which is the National Science Foundation, which is an independent company who comes in and says, yep, that's really what's in the label. It is the most researched nutritional brand product in the world. And for those of you that don't know me or just met me, I am a pharmacist, and that's what stood out to me. This is my training, finding research, finding answers and science behind what I'm doing. And it's doctor recommended. And what's the cool thing, and one of the big things we're talking about this tonight, it's free for kids, teens, and college students through the Healthy Starts program. So a lot of the kids on this video are getting that for free. So if you, as an adult, get your fruit and vegetable blend, you get a free product for your kids. So they can get the gummies or they can get the capsules, and then how many they get is dependent on their age. So that's what we started Sarah's Kids on. So the cool thing with this, what they'll do is they'll send you some questions after you've been using it a while. And from that questionnaire, they do some research and they log all this. And I mean, check this out. This is what they're finding. 60% were missing fewer days of school. 56 were taking fewer over-the-counter and or prescription drugs. 71% drinking more water. 66 were visiting the doctor less. 71 were consuming less fast food and soft drinks, and 61% were eating more fruits and vegetables. And I think we heard about water and fruits and vegetables from Sierra, because she had all those veggies and said, my mouth is full of water from my veggies. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to introduce Jules, who started us. So Jules, I met a couple of years ago at a Juice Plus event, and I had no idea what good friends we would become. And it's too bad she's not closer. She's down in sunny Florida. And she is a wonderful mentor, also a motivated fitness woman, and a mother as well. So her kids are out of the house so she can prep them for school tomorrow. So Jules will give us the rest of the talk. And then at the end, if anybody has questions, please just let us know.
Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. Okay, well, I want to share my story with you guys, but I'm going to wait until the end. I'm just going to keep on going and talk about a few more products that the Juice Plus company has. And I love them, the plant-based omegas. Okay, so now how many of you guys, just raise your hands or type it into the chat, have you taken a fish oil before, an omega pill, something, with omegas, DHA, EPA, fatty acids? You probably know that they're good for you. I mean, the heart, the brain, the joints, you've heard maybe for depression, the mood. Well, did you know that omegas fish oil is not found in fish? Omegas are not found in fish. It's actually found in algae, and that's what the fish eat. And then we, for some reason, thought it was necessary to kill all this fish to get the oil, the omega oil out of this fish. Well, the Juice Plus company, doing what it always does best, found a better way. And so we have vegan omegas. They're plant sourced. They're sustainable. When you hear about the fish oil industry, it's kind of sickening. So it's really neat that it's all from plants. It's full spectrum. It's omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. I didn't even know there was like a 7 and a 9. Or I didn't know there was a 7 and a 5. Okay, so they're cold pressed. And if you can see on the screen, algae oil, see buckthorn berry oil, there's all sorts of oils in there that are super good for you, but also delicious. And I actually give them to my kids. Now they are a little strange, but I've done it myself. They'll eat the capsule. They'll stick it in their mouth and chomp it. The oil gushes everywhere. They eat the capsule. The capsule's vegan. It just dissolves in their mouth. But I've done it too, just to taste it. And it is actually tastes like orange oil, like almost like an orange Julius. So they are tasty, and I've never gotten a fish burp after taking one of them. Oh, sorry. I'm like hitting my screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have to do the slides, right?
Yes. Okay. So the next thing that Juice Plus has done is they've made a vegan gluten-free shake mix. It comes in chocolate or vanilla. It has over 20 plants in it, things like broccoli sprouts, radish sprouts, quinoa, pea protein, millet. I mean, things like how Melissa said she wouldn't eat like pomegranate or lemon peel every day. I don't think I would eat any of this stuff any days. And so we drink a shake almost every single day. If I don't get it in a shake, I do a smoothie bowl, or I make balls, which is on the next. But before you go to the next page, I just want to mention that it is, because it's vegan, they use soy as a source of protein. And I don't know if anybody has anything against soy. I did when I first joined the Juice Plus company, because I was a big meathead, a personal trainer, fitness competitor. I was all about the whey protein shakes. And I was actually really against soy. So I did my research on soy. And what I had found was what this Kim Detzel at the bottom said. She's a oncology dietitian. She said the safety of soy depends on the source. The whole soy, being minimally processed, as found in Juice Plus Complete, provides the best and most balanced defense against this disease. And she doesn't say non-GMO. That's very important. And that's what non-GMO organic soy is very important. And so that's what's in the shakes, and they are delicious. And on the next slide, you'll see some of the snacks that we make around our house. And so if you guys have kids, I'm sure your kids are professional snackers, because I know I'm not the only one with professional snackers. And so we live on healthy snacks, because if not, my kids, they call it junk. They're like, we ate something healthy. Can we have a junky snack? So if we have junky snacks in the house, it's like Pirates Booty and stuff. They know they have to eat healthy before they can eat one of those snacks. So we live on, like, these are complete balls. I just made today Rice Krispie treats. So I did honey, peanut butter, the chocolate complete, and then organic gluten-free Rice Krispies. Pushed them into a pan, put them in the freezer. They love those. And so there's so many recipes. If you guys want to try a sample, we can get you a sample. And if you want some ideas, we have tons. I have an album in my phone full of ideas. Muffins, popsicles. I make shake, put it in a popsicle mold and freeze it, and my kids have it as popsicles. And so my kids actually didn't have ice cream until they were like 5 or 6 years old. They didn't know what ice cream was, because we just made like Juice Plus ice cream. Okay, and so one other thing is that if you decide to start with Juice Plus by the end of September, either the Juice Plus fruit and veggie capsules, they come together, or the Juice Plus, if you add the berry, fruit, veggie, and berry, and you get your child for free, then you can get a bag of our Juice Plus Complete Shake. It's usually $35, but you can get it for $5. So it's a promo. It's basically you're paying for shipping and handling. So it's a promotion going on to the end of September. You get not only your Juice Plus, you also get your shake. And if you take your Juice Plus trio capsules, fruit, veggie, and berry together, along with a shake, you're getting about 50 plants in your diet like that day. So that's pretty cool. And then if you are really next level, then you might want a Tower Garden. And that's, this was like the crowning glory of our Juice Plus products. So it might seem like we have a lot, we don't. We only have like 6 products, but the Tower Garden has really, really married the Juice Plus products together so completely, because the Juice Plus is like a simple way to get your fruits and veggies. The Tower Garden is a fun way. And you can teach your kids how to grow. You can know where your food is coming from. You can grow and eat things you've never thought about doing before. Like I've started putting basil in my smoothies, because we were growing basil on the Tower Garden. But you can see kind of, if you want to know more, let us know. We'll send you a video. It's aero and hydroponic. The water turns on for 15 minutes and off for 15 minutes. It grows super de-duper fast. And so for those of you who have little kids that aren't patient, like any of them are, I guess I'm not that patient either. It grows really fast. And so you are actually going to love the Tower Garden, and you can have it outside or inside. And so we can talk to you more about that. I'm not going to take a lot of time tonight, but just know that's a really neat thing to have. And schools, they're all in they're in schools, libraries, restaurants, all over the place. So think outside the box. Maybe you know somebody who needs a tower garden. So actually, I'm going to tell you my story now. I was going to wait, but let me just go ahead.
You want me to go back?
No, stay here. I'm going to, stay here, because this got me thinking how I started my health journey about 11 years ago. I was a personal trainer. I was crazy about fitness, and I wasn't healthy. I thought I was. I was drinking my whey protein shakes. I was working out God knows how many hours a day, teaching classes. I taught 36 fitness classes a week. I also personal train clients. But I wasn't healthy. I was a little bit overweight, which actually was a layer of like puffiness. It was inflammation, come to find out. My skin broke out. My nails were brittle, always breaking. I was extremely tired, not only in the middle of the day, but even at night. And I just didn't feel good. But to be honest, I felt like everybody around me felt the same way. So I just took it as normal until a friend introduced Juice Plus to me. And, you know, I don't know if any of you are thinking this right now, but I sat through a presentation like this 11 years ago with my arms crossed and just kind of glaring at her like, I don't want to be sold anything. I don't need another thing. I think pills are stupid, and, you know, they're fake pills. And I don't know what I'm getting when I take it. But as she started sharing some ideas, like, and information and education that Melissa just shared with you guys about the nutrition label, about the NSF seal, about the research is what put me over the top. And my arms slowly started to uncross, and I thought, I'm definitely not getting enough fruits and vegetables, so I should give this a try. And she was a friend, I trusted her. And so I went ahead and tried Juice Plus. And over the course of 6 months, I immediately felt better. My skin cleared up, my nails. Over the course of a year, I actually lost the weight that I was holding on to. And it wasn't because of Juice Plus. It was because I was taking Juice Plus, which started my health snowball rolling in the right direction. So because of that, I started on this journey to better health that I didn't even know I needed. And I'm so, so thankful that she cared enough to share it with me. So now I'm a mom who, by the way, took Juice Plus as my prenatal. My kids had it in the womb. They also got it, you know, while I was breastfeeding them because I was taking it. They also got it in their food as soon as they started eating. I sprinkled capsules into their oatmeal. And then they started getting it in shakes. Dr. Sayers said I could give them shakes at 9 months old. Then they started, I started opening up the capsules and putting them on a spoon. Then they started on the gummies. And now they have these crazy taste buds that none of their friends have. And you can change your taste buds, because when I started, I was 30 and I had like picky eater taste buds. I did not like fruits and vegetables. I liked your standard cucumber salad. Now, like, I crave fruits and vegetables. It's called metabolic reprogramming. You can actually change your taste buds. Okay, so I love this. Now what? It's been 11 years. And now we're at home all the time in this season that's so crazy that we never thought we would be. And if it wasn't for the groundwork, the foundation of Juice Plus and these healthy habits, I don't know where we would be, physically or mentally or emotionally, because, you know, food like feeds the mind. So if you're not eating good, chances are you don't feel good, not only physically, but mentally. So now we have kids at home all the time. This is such a great at-home school idea where you can make poster boards, this 3 poster boards, right, for your kids, where they have their own little unique creative space to work. It makes them feel like, 1, they're at school, and 2, it's something they can call their own and they can decorate. But what I would do is also have like a little snack jar or something by them that I would fill with fruits and veggies or healthy things or Juice Plus gummies. And so when they're hungry, they're reaching for that. That has been one of the greatest mom hacks I think I've learned, is that whatever I put out my kids eat, if I do it before they say they're hungry. So I always am cutting up fruits and vegetables and putting out the healthy stuff so they're eating that. They don't even know they're eating it sometimes. And that's what I would do with this little idea. And on the next slide, lunches. Do you guys feel like you're making lunch every day? I'm like, oh my gosh, I just made you lunch. But okay, so as a mom, that's like the biggest joke. It's like Groundhog's Day, right? We have to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. That like blows my mind. And so I love this lunchbox checklist. If it wasn't for something like this that I saw years ago, I don't think I would know what to do. But I think it's really important that, like for me, when my kids sit down, I want to make sure they're getting at least one fruit, one veggie at every meal. I actually, if they're doing that, I almost don't even care as much about the protein and the carbs, although I do make sure they eat enough. If you saw my kids, they're not underfed. So, I mean, that's another issue. If your kids aren't eating enough, but I really want to make sure that they're eating enough fruits and vegetables. And so this is one way to do it, cut up fruits and veggies. Another way is to put it in the smoothie. So every morning I make a smoothie, I add in banana, blueberries, cherries, kale, spinach, a ton of other fruits and vegetables that they don't even know are in there. So they're getting extra fruits and vegetables in their smoothie. And then we love hard-boiled eggs. We eat so many nuts. We do tofu. We do peanut butter, almond butter, and you can see the starches there, different things. So that's just an idea. If you feel like, oh my gosh, peanut butter and jelly again, like I think I'm going to go mad, then maybe print this out or have one like this. You can find them all over Pinterest. There's different ones with more ideas. And just start picking from them. And also let your kids try new foods. What I have found is that I won't make things that I don't like because I don't like them. And so then my kids don't get to try them. But I've had to start letting them try things I don't like, and come to find out, like my 3-year-old, by the way, they're 7, 4, and 3. So my youngest one is 3. She loves sauerkraut. Like she'll just eat sauerkraut by the forkfuls. I think that's a little strange, but I got it one day and she tried it and I was like, and my boys don't like it. So, that's another thing that drives us crazy, right? We don't know. Everybody wants something different, especially Sarah, if you have like 4, I'm sure you have it's like, okay, which one does this one eat? Which one does this one eat? Okay. So on the next slide, I think we have 2 more, but this one is just, I think it's really important that 1, we surround ourselves with the right people, and 2, we surround ourselves with the right thoughts. And sometimes we have to surround ourselves with the right things that we're seeing and hearing. And so something like this, or maybe something else you can print and put on your wall. I'm kind of like a nerd. I love to have like little sayings all over, or like little Post-it notes that say you are beautiful, just to remind myself. I think it's really important that we're saying the right things to ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves first. And that ends up kind of just really going into our kids, doesn't it? Like when my kids are nasty, I want to get mad at them, but I know they're nasty because I've been nasty. And so when I'm being loving and caring, and when I'm saying my affirmations, then I'm saying affirmations with them, and they're saying affirmations, and they're being better friends, and they're being better humans. And it's like my dream for them to just be like kind humans. And so just maybe make something like this or print something like this out, because a lot of times what you see actually does sink in. It's like subconscious, but it does. It gets in there, and then it comes out. It comes out of your heart somehow, whether it's by your mouth or your actions. And then the last slide, it just says, transform yourself through one simple product and one simple change. Not to be dramatic, but Juice Plus truly was the product that got our health snowball rolling in the right direction. If it wasn't for Juice Plus, then I don't know where we would be. I don't know where I would be, because my husband, he ended up taking Juice Plus to date me, but now he takes it all the time because he loves it, and it helped transform his health too. But honestly, it helped my health. It helped my mood, because I was a little depressed. It's helped in so many ways. And then the community that I became a part of, because first of all, you guys can tell I'm a talker, but when I heard about Juice Plus, I couldn't keep it to myself. I felt a moral obligation to tell my dad, who's a diabetic, to tell my brother, who's severely obese, and to tell one of my clients who had macular degeneration. And I had to tell them. That meant I had to join the Juice Plus community so I could share the product with them and get it to them. And by doing that, I got involved with these beautiful people and like-minded people, and the world has changed, but our mission hasn't. Our mission is to inspire healthy living all around the world. And so I hope that you guys leave tonight, you just feel better about yourself. You can take one thing that you can do forever for the rest of your life. Maybe it's drink more water. Maybe it's do more yoga. Maybe it's eat more fruits and vegetables. Maybe it's take Juice Plus. Maybe it's join our community, because that was a big part too. But we really appreciate you being on tonight and staying on, and we love you. And we're going to stop the recording, but we actually are going to hang on here if you guys want to talk or say anything. And if not, that's okay. But we hope that you have a great night.